Hey, morning. Today is Celebration Friday. I come to you today from a place of rest, a place of feeling relaxed, a place of excited to think about doing yoga. That's why I look the way I do right now. But more more than anything else, I want to talk to you about um, the importance of celebration even when you don't know what to celebrate. There are many times in our lives where we feel the world's kind of crashing down around us, right? I know that you've felt that before. I know that I've felt that before. And I want to share with you an experience that I had around this where I wasn't able to see possibility and what I could have spent my energy on instead, because it was a very powerful experience. So I'll share that with you. Um, when I was fresh out of college, I moved to DC for an internship with the Senate Banking Committee. This was in the summer of 2008. Pretty timely time, right? Like right before the financial crisis, it was pretty crazy there. And I was looking for jobs, and I knew that there was a staff assistant position open on the Senate Banking Committee. This would be answering phones, like for the most part, maybe doing some other stuff around preparing for hearings and so on. Like maybe not the most glamorous of jobs, but I really, really wanted this job, and I thought this is my way into working in the field that I want to work in. And I applied, and I didn't get it. And I was so angry. I was pissed. I was not willing to let it go. I was so mad at the person who got it because I didn't think he had never interned. He had gotten it because his dad knew the senator, or something of that nature. I actually don't know that. I'm making that up, but like I made that up at that time, and I was just like, this is not fair. That's favoritism. I've been working on this committee for so long, and I've been interning and slaving away, and I had this woe is me story, and everyone around me was saying like, I understand that you're upset, but there's going to be better things that come for you. And I'm like, no, there's not. And I got like so frustrated that I didn't get the job that I wanted to get. And I thought there's no way I'm going to get another job on the Senate Banking Committee. And so I began applying to other places, and I grew very resentful of the Senate Banking Committee that wouldn't explain to me why they didn't hire me, and like not that they owe me a response or a reason for choosing who they chose. That was just me being stupid about it. Nobody owes you an explanation for that kind of thing, and being resentful isn't helpful. In fact, now looking back on it, it was truly a gift that that person showed up, because a couple months later, I got an amazing position on the Senate Banking Committee as a legislative assistant, where I actually got to work on policy for the next 2.5 years. Whereas the staff assistant, it took him another 2 years to even get an opportunity to potentially start working on policy, and he barely got that opportunity anyway, and had to really push for it, and didn't get much of an experience of it, and only got it after the main crux of the crisis was over. So I really won out, and I remember when I got the job offer, I was still resentful. I was still mad because I thought that they owed me an explanation from the beginning. They should have been more transparent with me. And it's like I couldn't celebrate the thing that was in front of me. And I had spent so much energy and time being upset about this staff assistant position that I never got. And that by the time I got the actual job that I did, it felt bittersweet for some reason. And I realized I poured all of this time and energy into a negative space and couldn't focus myself on the fact that it was truly a blessing that this person showed up and became the staff assistant, because I got the most amazing position ever as a result of that. I got a position that most 22-year-olds would never get at such a time as a legislative assistant. And it was because this is something I really wanted. I was showing up, I was networking, I was being present, and I had shown my worth. I had shown how smart I am and that I deserved something like this. And I think inherently the staff director who hired me for this position knew I could do more than just being a staff assistant, and didn't want that for me. But I couldn't see past the fact that I wanted to be hired in my timeline, and got mad that he hired me several months later in his timeline. And I hope that you see like how funny this really is, because it's like, it's so hard to let go of these things that we think that we can control. And I know everyone's felt this before. And you know, you can make up all sorts of stories like I did, like he didn't get it on merit, he had some connection, blah, 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 whatever, whatever, whatever. But like, I don't know if that's true. And let's be honest, most people get jobs now through connections. So like, what's the problem that somebody got it through a connection? What's the problem that like he had merit and he did a great job as a staff assistant? Like he was wonderful. And like, I just put all of this baggage and energy and stress and story into what I was doing, that like I couldn't see all the benefits that it gave me in the end. It gave me the most amazing opportunity that later led me to the career path that I took. And it was a beautiful time to be on the Hill. It was a beautiful time to learn about bank supervision policy. It was a beautiful time to be in economic policy. And I got all of those opportunities. And I can now see that and say that. But hindsight can be 20/20, right? And there's a power that we can have when we can say in every moment of our lives that the thing that is happening is leading us down the perfect path to the thing that we really want. And it may not be in the short term the thing that we really want, but in the long term, it can be the most amazing thing that we've ever had. So it's up to you. What do you want to choose today? What do you want to do today to feel that? Like, are you going to say, woe is me, about something that didn't go the way that you planned for it? Because there's a power in saying, yes, I didn't plan for it. And you can mourn the loss of that, for sure. And I totally believe in experiencing your experience in that way. But then saying something else is coming. It's coming because I know it's coming. And I trust that it's coming. And it's going to be just what I needed. And there's real power in believing in that, because then your energy shifts. You don't focus all this negative energy in the meantime on the thing you didn't want, the thing that didn't happen the way you wanted it to. And instead, you just move forward to see your vision, and to just be focused on your vision and be focused on creating the life that you really want to create, rather than sitting in the feelings of resentment, which later down the road, when you're happy again, you're like, why did I spend so much time being angry, right? That's kind of how I feel now, like about looking back at me at age 22. And I was 22, and I made up all these stories, and I pretended all these things about like this guy who was a very nice person, and the staff director who later hired me, who's also a very nice person. Like, I just wanted to feel better about myself, or actually, frankly, I just wanted to be the victim in the whole thing. And it made it very difficult for me to understand that it was a moment of celebration there, because it meant that that door closed and something else is going to open, and beautiful things open once you let them open. So I invite you to celebrate what works and what doesn't work, because powerful things happen when you start shifting that energy. Powerful things start happening when you start believing that beautiful things are on their way to you. And just because one door closes means another one opens, right? I can't wait to see what you create. I love you guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.